I hope everybody is doing well. It is a beautiful, beautiful day in Dallas, Texas, Oak Cliff, Texas. Um, and I'm about to head over to one of my family's houses um, to celebrate Father's Day. So, and again, I did a live late last night, and I was celebrating, the men, the last night, and I really, I really honor fathers, because like I said, I was, I was a daddy's girl, so you know, sometimes Father's Day is bittersweet for me. You know what I'm saying? Uh, my father has transitioned. For some of y'all that don't know, my father has transitioned to the other side, and it's bittersweet. Hey, CX, how are you? But I've had so many um, wonderful role models in my life that were a blessing to me. So I'm really appreciative of that, having those role models in my life. CX, I hope you are having a great Father's Day. Hi, Ja Man. How are you? I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Um, but yeah, I'm just like I said, it's bittersweet for me. You know what I'm saying? Because um, my father has transitioned, so it is like it's a great day, but it's kind of like just like I said, just bittersweet. You know what I'm saying? Oh Lord, here we go with this crap. Got these little cheap. I'm trying to set my little phone stand up, but yeah, I'm really happy that you guys came through. Like I said, this is just a little short live for those. I see it's 8 people, but it's only 2 people in the chat. Wonder who those people are. I wonder who those people are. What they think I'm gonna say. Hey Randy, what's poppin'? You at work? Oh, okay. Yeah, so will the real men stand up? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the men that take care of their business, they take care of their kids, they ain't tripping about their responsibility as men. And we need more people like that. Hey Retro, how are you? Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy Father's Day. Yeah, it takes a real man to take the initiative to take care of their kids. What's up, Dre? Happy Father's Day. It takes real men to take care of the responsibility, and not put it on the system or anybody else. Because some people think just because they pay child support that they're actually doing something, but it takes more to be a father. You know what I'm saying? A father is, shows their, hey, Tamika, good to see you. They give their children discipline and love. And what I mean by that, you ain't beating them half to death, but you are showing them that, hey, you in charge and they need to, respect that. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, when, especially with little boys, uh, when they get out of hand and they daddy say something, they never go sit their butt down. They mama, they test their mama. They see how far they can get away with mama. But when it come to daddy saying, "Best sit your butt down," then that boy sits down. I've seen it too many times. Uh, Even I have been like that. I'll test other people. You can test other folks, but when daddy gets serious, it's time to sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Jaco? Happy Father's Day. It's time to sit down when daddy tell you to sit down. So I learned that at a very early age. And so most kids already know that because kids understand that men come with strength. They understand that it's something about a man's voice. It's something about when a man tells you, you know, you better sit down. It's just different. They test mama, but they don't test daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because they already know. It's already in a child to know um, how to, how to handle themselves. What's up, T Rail? I'll turn the camera just around just a little bit just to say hello. Uh, Let me turn it. Uh, can y'all see me? Hey, how are you? Good to see you guys. Now I'm gonna turn it on back. Turn it on back. I'm glad. I guess y'all can ride with me. Hopefully this phone won't drop as I'm driving. No disrespect, but you sound like you've been told to sit down as well. I'm just saying, oh yeah, my daddy, he had to put me in place a whole bunch of times because, again, I had a mouth on me. I still do. Like I said, y'all get into somewhat of the nice, Selena. So, my daddy would definitely let me know, you doing too much. And yeah, you just need to sit your ass down. That's all it is. So when daddy tell you to sit down, you better sit your butt down or you in trouble. So shout out to those daddies. And complaining about, how am I complaining? Mr. Good Eats, you need to go sit on some glass. And just like I said before, it's a middle finger for you, sign language. So you get the point. Um, Nobody's complaining. I'm actually uplifting the real men. That's what real men do. Unfortunately for you, you will never be a real man because you're a coward hunting, uh, hiding under a troll name. So take your ratchet, I want to be seen, mofo, out the chat. You will get flued out of here, you ratchet bastard. And no happy Father's Day for you, punk. And your mama overweight, and your sister overweight, and you overweight. You probably overweight sitting up there jacking off. But anyway, I digress. Like I said, I am really thankful about today because, like I said, I actually deal with people that love me in real life, while these other people on YouTube being a jackasses like Mr. Goodies. Um, you sound like, Mr. Good Eats. Hey, Philly, you sound like somebody I know. Hey, Bunny T, you sound like somebody I know, somebody that's just a hater already. Hey, Justin, happy Father's Day. Hey, CC, you sound like somebody that's already hated, that sounds familiar. So, take your, like I said, ratchet, I want to be seen, mofo. I like to see how you look in real life. And if you ain't overweight, you probably look like Skeletor. Skin and bones, skin and bones. And you can also get one of my fingernails, my ratchet fingernails, up your. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Yeah, I always have to address retards sometimes because retards don't know when to find them somebody like a kid to play with. So you have to let them know. But anyway, like I said, good men don't hide behind, and good, good men, bold men, they don't hide behind avatars and troll names. They come out and tell you who they are. That's real. That's real men. That's what real men do. But unfortunately, YouTube has allowed, hey, SBK, happy Father's Day. YouTube has allowed um, a lot of people to hide under these troll names. Hey, Quay, how are you? Hey, Dara. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Mr. Hardaway. Happy Father's Day to you, gentlemen. And good men, they know how to carry themselves as men. They know how to say what they, hey, Uncle L, happy Father's Day. What's up, Slim? Happy Father's Day. They don't hide behind troll names. They say what they need to say, and like I said, they take care of their responsibility. So I can always appreciate real men. Unfortunately, I haven't seen a lot on here, but I know that the people that I associate with, the people that's in my chat, from what I know of, they stand on something. They don't just, whatever they got to say, you gonna know it's them. So I can appreciate that. Unlike some people, but like I said, some of these people, oh Lord, heard this fool about to run into people on Father's Day. On Father's Day, and you can always tell when people or just have a lot of ratchet behavior. They have to make sure they have to let you know how they feel about you, as if you actually um, could care about their existence. That's what's so funny about these people on YouTube. What's up, D? Good to see you. Yeah. So me, I had to say my little piece on that. But make sure when that idiot tries to come back in here again, just give him a block. I sure, know how some of these people that have troll names, y'all. I wish I could actually go and find out the people that troll up under certain names and stuff like that, and see who they are. I think that would be pretty interesting. Now, would you say that to your favorite content creator that wears pounds of makeup and pounds of weave? No, you probably would. You think that's beautiful, but then you come on over here trying to troll me. Anyway, what's up, Arabia? What's up, Kevin? Happy Father's Day. But like I said, real men stand on something. And whatever they mean, that's what they mean what they say, and they say what they mean. They take care of their responsibilities. They ain't got time to be playing with little boys. They understand that their actions is they gonna have to pay the consequences for their actions, whatever they are. And that's what real men do. Happy Father's Day, Mel W. That's what real men do. And real men can also accept when they're wrong. They can also accept when they're wrong. I remember, you know, my brother-in-law, who I told you I was really close to before he passed, and he would always, show my nephews how much he loved them, but he was also, I wouldn't say hard on them, but he was he tried to show them to stay focused and not get so distracted where you lose your purpose. And hey, BSL. And he also showed them that he was on be there for them, and that's kind of rare in this day and time. For a father to express himself, and and I'm like, if you have the opportunity from God to be a father or a mother, that's a blessing. You have a great responsibility, but you also have the greatest gift. and that's having a child. That's bringing a child into this world. So don't take your responsibility lightly. And like I was saying last night, I said last night how they commercialize they commercialize Mother's Day all the time. All the time. But Father's Day, you rarely see commercials on Father's Day. Like, and that's really sad, but that just goes to show you how sometimes I think the world set things up. You know, uh, Back in the day, I think like in the 60s, starting in 1960s, the welfare system really started to take place. And in order for you to receive welfare, you could not have a man in the house. You could not be married. It's changed a little bit now with people that are under any type of like living in projects or Section 8. But in those times, in the 60s, 70s, you could not attain welfare if you had a man in the house or, or a husband. And they set it up that way. And if you see how the world system is, they're making everything. Hey, Rodney, what's up, hubby? you They're making everything where it's about a woman, right? Hey, Philly, it's about a woman taking over, or it's a big feminist movement going on. And a lot of people are not paying attention to it. But if you see, they say the women are God, women. So it's like before we kind of looked, even though God is a spirit, we always seen him as a masculine spirit, but now people are making a woman a God, and that's really kind of different from how most of us was raised up. So that's why I want to make sure that I um, respect, good men, and I show good men gratitude. Um, that's why I had respect for my father, because he did not have to be there when things were, not the best that was going on. My dad still stayed there because he knew his responsibility as a father, that he couldn't run out. He had to take care of his children, and I will always respect my father for that. And I look at, like I said, my brother-in-law, how he taught his boys and how he taught them to be real men and not run from their responsibilities. You got somebody pregnant, you got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he taught his boys. He also taught his boys about having a good work ethic. Most men don't know how to have a good work ethic because they haven't been taught that. You know what I'm saying? He also taught his boys about what type of woman, um, for the most part, that they should kind of look for somebody close to their mother, or better. You know what I'm saying? And those are what fathers teach their boys. They teach their boys how to put on a bow tie, or put on their tie on their suit. And they teach their boys how to behave and open doors. Showing chivalry. That's what it used to be. When I was coming up and seeing. But in my family, I still have men that teach their boys that. So I'm thankful for that. I was blessed enough to have that in my lifetime. And then with me having my dad in my life, it's not like I told y'all last night. It's not too many things that I'm gonna put up with, because I don't have to. Because my daddy told me who I was, and he told me I didn't have to put up with it. So that's why I can't have nobody talking to me like I'm crazy, because I understand. Hey, Dimple, I understand. And I'm driving. I can't read everything. So charge it to my head and not my heart. But that's why I don't put up with everything, because my daddy told me I didn't have to. You know, he told me I didn't have to put up with anything. Now, some things you're gonna have to compromise, because everybody's different. Everybody been raised different. But as far as somebody abusing you in any type of way, whether it's emotionally, verbally, physically, no. And that's why, even though I know a man is stronger than me, um, that's why I try not to go back and forth with men, because I was taught not to. But at the same time, I was also taught to defend myself, and if I could lay a nigga out, you know what I'm talking about, or get a weapon and and handle my business. But see, that's what I was taught. But I also was taught to respect people, respect men. Don't be talking down to a man. Don't be going back and forth with a man. You know, now I'm going back and forth with a male, because a man and a male are two different things. Male is biologically, he is a male because he has the parts of a male, biologically. But a man is somebody that's been brought up or raised into becoming a man. They know how to respect themselves and respect other people, and that's what I'm used to being around. I'm not. So lately, I've been seeing a lot of males, um, and I'm like, and I can't believe they have children. I really can't. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be surprised. Don't let people's age determine their maturity of or their status of being a man, because just because they're a male and they are working and stuff, because it's a lot of I would say man child around here, you know and you have to grow into I think you have to grow into a man, and you have to be taught by a man. So that's how I see it. But again, I could be wrong, you know, but that's how I've been taught. Um, yeah, that's how I've been taught. So I know, as my father told me to stay in my place, but at the same time, as I stay in my place, don't let anybody disrespect me. Anybody, and if somebody put their hands on you or disrespect you in a way, don't put up with it. See, um I don't hang around. Let me see. I want to see what this fool wrote. What did this fool write? Who, who was this? Oh, oh yeah, I didn't have to block Daria, Mr. Hardaway. You didn't have to block him. Hey, 305, happy Father's Day. Um, I thought it was somebody else. Sorry, Daria. I don't know who blocked you, but it wasn't me. But that's just kind of how I see things. Um, and it's unfortunate that it's so many males that have been raised without a father. It's so unfortunate. I guess due to the prison system, it has also been a factor of why some young men don't have their fathers. I remember a boy that used to like me, and I used to like him when I was in junior high school, and his name was Marcus. And he was a nice looking guy, a nice looking kid or whatever. His mother raised him, but he had some issues because his father wasn't around. So he started smoking weed in junior high school, and just kind of hanging out and hanging with the wrong people. And his father had been, I think his father had like almost a life sentence. He was in there for a while. I think ever since after Marcus was born, he went into prison. And when after the after Marcus got in high school, he started getting in even more trouble. He started having kids in high school. He started in junior high school. After I stopped talking to him, he got with this other girl, and he ended up getting her pregnant. again in high and when he went off to high school. And I found out Marcus had, because he didn't have no guidance and his mother spoiled the hell out of him. She tried to do her best, but she couldn't do what a man could do, you know. And I don't, it's a lot of good single mothers, but what single mothers need to understand is you can't be a man. And I don't understand mothers that say, well, I'm the man and I'm the father and the mother. You could be a good mother, but you can never be a father. I don't care what nobody say. You could be the best mother that you can be, but you can never be a father. You just can't. It's not gonna work. Um, and anyway, what happened to Marcus? It's a cautionary tale. He went through a lot of different things in his life, and some of it, of course, was self-induced. But because he didn't have that guidance there from his father, he ended up getting on drugs. And I know what did they call it? Was it wet or something like that back in the day? Like in the 90s, it was like weed, because he used to smoke weed like crazy, and a bombing fluid. And he ended up getting hooked on something a little bit more heavier than that. And Marcus ended up, he got in a depression, and he ended up going in front of a dark rail station. It's like we have trains here, and he ended up jumping in front of a train, um, and um, and he caused his own demise. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just thinking, see, people don't realize you can have a good mother, and good mothers are very essential. But it's something about that daddy in the house that contributes. See, men, for the most part, they get their identity from their daddy. You know what I'm saying? They get their identity from their daddy. And even little girls, they get their, I would say, they get their ideal of what a man should be from their daddy. So when you have children and you're a father, you have that big responsibility of a father. Make sure you do better than your dad. And if you did have a great dad, if you did have a great father, be that father, be the best father you can be, because you have an example of it. Some people are not fortunate to have the example of what a real man does. So I wondered if Marcus had his daddy and his daddy wasn't in prison um, for most of his life, would he have come out differently? I wonder, about that. And unfortunately, we will never know. But there's a lot of different stories, just like Marcus' story. You know, they really have had a difficult time, and because they didn't have their dad there. Thank you, Miss Lacola. How are you, beautiful? Yeah, if you do not have a dad, you have to sometimes learn a lot of things the hard way. You got to get a lot of knots and bruises, because daddies always show you, for the most part, they give you an ideal of what a man should be, And some daddies, they don't know, because they didn't really have that, so they just trying to do the best they can. I understood that as I got older. I was so mad at some of the things that I'm doing all right, Lacola. I was so mad at certain things that my dad allowed, or he didn't do, or did. And then something, it clicked to me one day. And I don't know if somebody had said something to me. I can't remember how it clicked, but something clicked to the point. It was like, your daddy did the best he could do with what he knew how, you know? And that's what most of our fathers did. They did the best of what they knew how. That's just what that is. My dad, his father, my grandfather, uh, passed when he was 8. So he was raised up with 9 brothers. He had 9 brothers, and so his older brothers were a father to him. And he, once he lost his dad, there was a missing part of his life. And he always would talk about his dad, and I think that even though my daddy was older, you're always gonna feel like that little boy compared to your father. I was telling y'all about my brother-in-law who had passed, and how my nephews, this Father's Day is difficult for them. And even though they are men and they have their own families now, because like I told y'all, I grew up with my nephew and nieces like my brothers and sisters. They're men and they have their own families, but they still always say, we're going to miss our daddy. They still going to be that little boy to their daddy, you know? And life is something else. And some people don't have what other people have, and that's sometimes unfortunate. And the Black community, but it's in every community, there's always some child that is fatherless. And I always say, if you have the patience or the heart to deal with other people's kids, go into mentoring. Um, okay, yeah, get into mentoring. Mentor a child. Um, be around the child that really needs a father. You said, and men got the gun, and now we don't need you if you toxic. Hey, Andrew, how are you? Thank you for joining me. No, I am not in Chicago. I am in Dallas, Texas. So, I wonder, should I have said that? Hey, riders, how are you? Yeah, thank you, Philly. It's a number. And these type of holidays actually make you think even more about those that you've lost. But on the flip side of that, it helps you to appreciate people, you know, and that's why I say, don't ever not appreciate people when they're here. That's even more the reason you should tell people, and your fathers and your mothers, if you can, if you have a relationship that's salvageable, to tell people that you care for them and that you love them, because when they are gone, that's it. That's all she wrote. It's no coming back from that. So I say to my people now, like I say to y'all, love you to Reese's Pieces, you know, and I tell my people I love them. That's why I don't get so I don't get so mad like I used to when people on here will say and do things to me, because I got a slew of people that actually love and care about me and my existence. So people on here, as I said before, can sit on glass and wiggle around in it as far as I care. Um, and kick rocks with open toe shoes and walk into a volcano or get taken away by a tornado. I just don't care, because I realize how blessed I am in my life, and how people like these people, some of these people on here that create lies and try to attack you with they know nothing ass self, um, it doesn't bother me as much because I realize what I have and how blessed I am. Yeah, Andrew, my dad did the same thing. My dad did the same thing. You know, he did the best he could. That's why I always would honor my father because I understand that. Even though my father's not there, I honor his spirit and I honor to be I honor it so that I can be the woman that I was raised to be. Parents make mistakes because they're infallible people, you know, they're not perfect. And to be honest with you, some of our grandparents, they made a lot of mistakes, so they just went by what they knew. But the key to that is, even though they have made mistakes, they stayed in there. They did the best that they could, and they tried to show you that you were loved and you were taken care of, you know. So that's why I'm forever grateful for the men that have had a place in my life. Um, and that's why I can stand on here, being ridiculed and being lied on. I can stand on here and stay. I don't have to run because I got real people in real life that love me and like me. And that's the best thing you could ever have in your life. Real people that love and like you. If you don't have that, you in some trouble. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You said it's to ever this may concern. It's not this shit ain't. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. But you say y'all need husbands. Yes, 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 yes. What's up, Just Jay? You crazy, Mr. Hardaway. But yeah, that's true. And there's a lack of husbands. There's a lack of men that want to be husbands in this day and time. And there's a lack of women wanting to be wives. Let's not put it all on men. Some women, they don't even want to be bothered. Yeah, thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. Some women don't want to be bothered with men because they have been hurt so much by boys. Again, there's a difference between a male and a man. Um, I talked about that earlier. How a man comes into themselves by being taught by other men how to be as a man, how to stand on responsibility. What's up, capital C? Happy Father's Day. And, as women, most of the time we get it from our mom or we get it from an auntie or a grandmother, some woman that stood in the place to show us how to be young ladies as well. But also, men have a responsibility, a strong and a responsibility in that as well with their little girls. They give their little girls the identity as far as I am beautiful and I don't have to put up with nobody abusing me. Happy Father's Day, Andrew, if you're a father. I don't have to put up with that. You know what I'm saying? And um, that's what fathers do for girls. Fathers let their girls know that regardless that this guy or this little boy is calling you ugly, you're beautiful. And as my daddy would say, you all right. So daddies always have a place that is should be honored. They should always have a place. But then, like I said, not every man is a good father, just like every woman is not a good father. But when you do have it, or when you do have the responsibility to be that, be the best that you can be. You have a daughter. Yeah, like I said, and I can imagine how hard it is for men to be a man, just like it's hard for women sometimes to be a woman. Men go through a lot of different changes as well, especially when they age, they go through midlife crisis just like women, you know. Um, but men need just as much as encouragement and support as a woman. Probably a little bit more because I believe sometimes men's ego is a little bit more fragile than a woman. So they probably need a little bit more encouragement. Even though some people like they're a man, they should be able to handle it, but men get weak too. And men get hurt too, you know. So a lot of men that wanted to see their kids today, but because they got a silly baby mama, you know, they can't see their child. And I don't think that that's right. But that's just how some women are, you know. So men and women, we all need encouragement. But I think sometimes we forget in the midst of everything that before, they became a grown male, they were a little boy, you know. They still need encouragement. They still need somebody to care, for them too. Um, but there is a difference between boys and girls. Because boys, they can, fall and you'd be like, okay, cry, but get on up. That's what you tell the little boy, you know, because you don't want them to be soft. Then the little girl, you tell her, oh, sweetie, it's going to be okay. Get on up. Let me put a band-aid on it. It's a difference. But at the same time, men still need love too. But somebody I think it was either my brother-in-law told me or one of my uncles told me something about men want more respect than anything. And I wanted to ask you guys, hey, loving me, Tracy, how are you? I want to ask you guys that's in the chat, if you're still here. Do men yearn for more respect or love? What do y'all think about that? I know my brother-in-law said men want to be respected, you know. And respect to me is putting somebody in high regard. That's how I look at respect. Maybe my definition may be wrong, but that's what I see. That's what I think. Um, Give, okay, something, a healthy balance. And I think respect and love is what any human being would want, to be honest with you. Both. Okay. I just wanted to know how y'all felt about that. I mean, of course, I'm sure of course, he wanted love too, but he was just telling me how men want to be respected in their households. Of course, love, but they really want to also be respected, and that's kind of how I see it, But I think both would be like capital C was. He said it's a healthy balance. Hey Joe, how are you? Mm-hmm. So I know I mix a little going off on some retarded person and telling you about how I see men and Happy Father's Day, but I think it was a good balance. I really do. I think it was a good balance of me going off on somebody a little bit and then telling you how I see men and uh, how to respect men and how I see men and how I see fatherhood. And fatherhood is a gift, just like motherhood. Please take your responsibility as a father seriously, because you are, really, you are life to a child as well, you know. And when you there's not both influences there, there is an imbalance. Either the child is too feminine or the child is too masculine. So if it's possible, it's always best to have, I would say, both, a healthy balance. So I, even though I don't know you guys, that my supporters, people that have subscribed to me, I hope that you got something from this besides me wanting to, just go off on somebody for a little bit. I hope that you got something from this, and I hope that you understand that your life is just as valuable, and your role in your child's life is just as valuable as the mother. Father set the tone for the household. And if you're not in the household with your child, you still set the tone for your child. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Rich, what's good? Thank you. I appreciate you. Y'all set the tone. That's why I said, will the real men stand up? You have a gift to be a father. It's a responsibility, a heavy responsibility, but it's also a gift. You can really enhance your child's life by the way you deal with them and how you treat them. You know what I'm saying? How you talk to them, how you, let them know, when they wrong, but still, not be so harsh with them. You know what I'm saying? You guys teach the child, and if y'all not responsible, with your money, most men are very, I say, responsible more than some women, because we like to spend sometimes, not all, but some. And the men usually teach the kids to not just splurge your money, or not just going out spending stuff, your money just because you have it. Father set the tone for a lot of things, y'all. And I'm thankful that I had the opportunity to have so many role models, so many males in my life that was not toxic. I had real males in my life, real men that stood on principles, that stood on something that was much higher than themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I am grateful for that. And I can never say that I've never met a real man. You know, I can never say that I have not met a real men, because I have. You know, unfortunately, in this day and time, hey EJ, happy Father's Day. Um, Unfortunately, at this time that we look around, it's like, it's sad. Women don't want to be mothers. I mean, and it's no offense to people that decide that they can't, take care of their child for various reasons, whatever it is. But I think about how, especially in the minority community, um, there's a lot of, hey, Mike, happy Father's Day. There is a lot of abortion clinics in some of the minority communities. And a lot of our Black babies and Hispanic babies, um, you know, and even, Caucasians, are not making it here because either they can't take care of the child, or they don't have fathers, because it's one night stand and I ain't gonna take care of a child. But you sit down and you went raw in that female, and just because it was a one night stand, you don't want to take care of the responsibility. And I really think that that's really sad. You know, we have to be very responsible with our bodies. Okay. And I might make some people upset about that, but you definitely have to be responsible with your body. And if you're not ready to have children, don't go up in anybody raw, and don't let anybody go up in you raw if you're a female. Like, I think that's just really absurd and crazy. And people need to be more responsible with their bodies, because sex, when you have sex, there's a chance that you can get pregnant, and I don't understand why people don't get that. So be responsible with your body. If you don't want to be a father, if you're not ready to be a father or a mother, take care of what you need to take care of. Okay. And as I said yesterday, don't be squirt squirt. Happy Father's Day, Carl. Happy Father's Day. This is for you guys. I really want to let you know that um y'all are important, very important to society. I don't want to live in a world with all women. I'm sorry, I just can't. And some of these men out here act like women, because they're so effeminate. All of us have emotions, but some of these males, they are overly emotional. Emotions, everybody in the whole wide world have them. But when you're overly emotional and you can't manage your emotions, you are deadly to society. You really are, and that's why there's so many killings, because people they just cannot control themselves. They cannot control themselves. So we gotta, as I said before, me and everybody else in the world gotta look in the mirror. And our men, I'm just gonna say this. I don't know if y'all seen the House pass this bill, but 18 through 26, they're gonna already enlist you in the army, from 18 to 26. The House just passed the bill, so it's coming. And that didn't happen in what, 1970. I think, when was it Lyndon Baines Johnson, uh, in the Vietnam War, when he had all those young men just came out of high school, and also in their early 20s. Just the same scenario, it's about to happen. So some of you men, if you don't have a role model, or if you don't know how to be a man, you better learn it fast, because they're gonna put you in the army, boy. They're gonna put you in the army. And so 18 to 26, y'all check that out. I just saw it today. uh it's getting scary out here, talking about the mark of the beast, this new chip law. Then we got them saying you will automatically be enlisted in the army from 18 to 26. I mean, this is looking real scary. So men are going to have to learn to males are going to have to learn to be men. They're going to have to learn it, or they're going to get wiped away. I believe some women got a little bit more courage than some men in this day and time. Some of these men, they'll put a baby, they'll put you or another woman in front of them when somebody's shooting them. Back in the day, my grandparents and my father was coming up, they would take care of women, and they didn't even have to know them. Now it's like, shoot, forget that. So it's scary out here. It's so scary. So y'all check that out. 18 to 26. If you have nieces and nephews, or you have children from 18 to 26, it ain't looking too good. Our young men and young men are going to have to go to a war, you know. And with all this stuff going on, China and all, I'm like, ooh, this is scary. Russia, we are in some bad shape, y'all. That's why it's not feasible. It shouldn't be, I'm not going to say feasible, but it shouldn't be where you spend so much on time on YouTube, you lose in touch of reality of what's going on around you, in your real life. and out in and just in the world. And I think even though YouTube can be a good thing sometimes, it can give you entertainment, it can also be such an escapism where you forget reality and you lose touch of reality. So we got to be paying attention. Hey, Antonio, how are you? Happy Father's Day. Yeah, happy Father's Day. We got to be paying attention to what is going on, because it's not looking too good. It's not looking too good. So y'all be blessed. I am about to go in and have a good time with my loved ones. And I hope that you guys don't spend a lot of time on here today. Go out and have a good time with your family. And if not, find something on TV watch. Uh, go fishing. Go do something. Do something that gets your mind off of YouTube and the foolishness on here, because you can actually lose yourself in YouTube. You can lose yourself in any social media outlet. You're not even paying attention to what's happening with you or around you. Hey, Angel. Yeah. Like I said, I want to let you guys know this. So I hope you guys enjoy your life, even if it's not going the way you want it to go and it's not looking the way you want it to go. And life is like that sometimes. Life can be hurtful and it can also be very trying, but there's also some times in there where we can enjoy and have a good time and love and laugh, play games. See, I like to laugh. I like to play games, like with my family. And if I'm with my friends, I like to enjoy myself, because I understand each day that you live on this earth is a day closer to death, whether you think it not, think or not, it is. I don't care if you're in your 20s, in your 30s. I remember when I was in my 20s, I thought I had so much time. Then you get to 30 and you're like, I got to take life a little bit more seriously than I took it before. You know what I'm saying? Um, because each day you're closer to death. And then you have to start thinking. It's a teacher that I work with. Um, and he told me, he said, and he's 50. He told me, he said, sometimes I think about life, and he said, I think about how many more weekends do I have, you know, and Mr. M, I'm just going to say Mr. M is the kind of person, he enjoys his life. He not only is he an educator, but he also has a band, and he enjoys playing with his band. That's a joy for him, and he enjoys his family. But he has a good time in his life, and I think about people like that, and I say, you know what? I'm gonna be that way too. I'm gonna enjoy every bit of what I can. You know what I'm saying? And not so much look at the things that I don't have, or the things that is not looking good, or things that I don't like. Like, there's so many things that I do have that's great. And those are the type of things that I'm gonna focus on. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how many weekends I got left. I don't know how many more days I have left. And that's what people need to realize. We in the day and time in this era where everything is really unsure. It's uncertain. So um that's why I said, if you have the opportunity to be a parent, be the best parent you can be. You know, kids may stray away, but if they have been raised right, they always come back for the most part. You know what I'm saying? They always come back. They may stray, they may do their own thing for a little bit and forget everything you taught them. But there's going to be a time and a place where they're going to have to face themselves in the mirror, face who they really are and what's going on in their life, and they going to come back to the things that they were taught. That's how most of the time it happens. Most kids are all gonna stray. I mean, I didn't stray too far, but I still did my own thing, but I always came back to what I was taught. And that's when you've been raised by people with substance, you know? So take your opportunity of being a parent seriously, and stop. And I'm not talking to y'all, but I'm just saying stop acting a fool on YouTube. Some people's kids act better than they do on YouTube, and that's unfortunate. That's real unfortunate. And if they could see their parents' behavior, I wonder what they would think. And some people cannot be surprised by some kids, like with me working in the school system and working in a classroom. I'm not really surprised by some kids because I seen their parents. So that's enough said. Okay. That's enough said. Y'all, thank you for listening to me yappity yap yap yap. For how long? I think it was an hour and 1 minute. So but I'm going to exit stage left. But I thank you guys for coming through. I hope you guys press the like button. And I hope that if you are not, that you will subscribe, like, share, and subscribe, and push the notification button. So when I go live again, you will know. I said I wasn't going to go live again today, but then I thought about, oh, I want to say this, And so I said what I needed to say. So I hope you guys got something from it. And I hope you guys understand and know how valuable of a man that you are. And real men stand on principle. Real men take care of their responsibility. And real men know when to move on. You know what I'm saying? Real men also um, admit when they're wrong, and I could say a lot for women too, because I'm a woman. But that's what I was taught as a young woman, what to look for when it comes to dealing with a man. So y'all be blessed. Love you to Reese's Pieces. Um, please make sure that you get out and have some sun. If it's raining, spend time with your family. If you don't have a family, uh, find some other that's constructive instead of destructive, or going back and forth with anybody on YouTube. Um, take these holidays, even though it's kind of some of these holidays are pagan. Take some of these holidays and really have a good time, because like I said, we don't know how many weekends we got, right? And yes, indeed. Yes, have fun, everybody. Until the next time, God willing. You guys be blessed. Love you to Reese's Pieces. Bye.